Appreciate you giving me this 5 minutes of your time to try to make it clear to you why this is happening. Not only that it might be a possibility of what's ahead, but what factors led to it. I appreciate you. I hope it helps. This is Mohammed bin Salman. He's seated in front of the logo for the United Nations. Next, he's flanked with the leader of CCP, Xi Jinping. Saudi Arabia has been involved in a major building project by the name of NEOM. It's what's known as a smart city. It's on the agenda for the UN. Importantly, though, the recent news is in relation to their connection to BRICS organization. Going back to Xi Jinping, I chose 3 photos of him and Putin. If you notice, the 3 photos have in common that they're drinking in all 3. They have a very cordial relationship. Even one of them, they're taking shots. So if you notice, he's almost... That might be the happiest photo I've ever seen in my life of Putin. He has a genuine smile. It's almost scary, I'm gonna be honest. And one of the pillars I think that sustains their long, close relationship has to be their belief in the de-dollarization of the global economy. Check out these clips from this week in reference to what we're speaking of.
The 2 most significant powers in the Muslim world announced that after generations of proxy wars and snarling hostility to one another, they will be resuming diplomatic relations. Peace has broken out between blood enemies. As recently as last year, the world's largest atheist state has halted religious conflict between 2 theocracies. Did you see? Yesterday, China's President Xi turned up in Moscow to announce a new partnership with Russia. Going forward, Russia will supply much of China's oil and natural gas. Vladimir Putin also agreed to use Chinese currency in trade with Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
They're serious about, and given the influence that they both hold in the BRICS organization, it's no shock that BRICS has committed itself to establishing a gold-backed currency that would challenge the United States dollar as the reserve currency of the world. Now, Saudi Arabia joining the BRICS organization is breaking the agreements which established the petrodollar. Let me go back in history a little bit to help show why the Saudi Arabian partnership with the United States was so vital. And how many of y'all remember Tricky Dick? When he was in office, I don't know if you remember this.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets,
which effectively ended the gold standard.
Conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability.
And those agreements that were made with Saudi Arabia were upheld for decades, literally, up until now. It was a way to hedge the value of the US dollar since it was no longer backed by a precious metal, and give it another benefit of perceived strength in the market. Saudi Arabia's side of the agreement was only to sell their petroleum products in US dollars. And in exchange, the United States guaranteed military aid and the free sale of weapons. And so I can assume you see the connections now. It's simply business. Rules such as supply and demand. If we're taking out of the coveted position of being the reserve currency for the world, the demand for the US dollar will plummet. And since it's not backed by anything that has any inherent value, then there's no limit to the amount of value that could be lost in our currency. Everything is and will fall like dominoes.